Hear us now?
And now they can hear us.
They can hear us? Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Supposedly hear us.
Everyone can hear us. All right, so now you want to know what the song is? Is that what you're saying? Since everybody can hear.
But no, well, I was gonna play the intro first. Or I guess if you want to play without being looked at, and then I can play the intro.
I can.
But it doesn't matter. Do you want your song to be before the show or in the show? It's usually before the show.
I'll have it in the show. That's fine.
In the show? All right.
In the show. Yes. I can practice, right?
Oh yeah.
You could make up the song what you think it is.
It sounds so like I can feel like I can hear it.
Oops.
I'm not sure if it's a song that I know.
Oh, this is hitting my string. That's what's going on here. What is even going on? That's weird. Oh, this thing. Okay. All right. Well, turn to the side, I guess, when I'm playing. Put this on the mic. I wonder if that will do anything. All right. Okay, that was a bit better. There we go. There we go. I'm rigging something up.
You don't need to lean right into the microphone with the ukulele.
I need to play so you can hear it. That's loud.
That's just become static. The same thing I said when I was a kid when my dad said, "You gotta listen to this AC/DC loud," and I'm like, I don't hear anything anymore. It's just static.
Well, also, I found out that there could be a thing for my hearing thing about my strumming thing. That's real.
Oh God. More made up problems to explain away the things you can't do. All right, I'm gonna play the intro. Let's start this thing. Let's get this nonsense over with. Which is we press I. 4, 3, 2, 1. Play intro you can't hear.
Tell your friends, and tell your hot mom. There's no such thing as grownups.com.
Yep. And still in sync. Hello and welcome to No Such Thing as Grownups. No Such Thing as Grownups. My name is Curtis.
And I'm Tara.
And I play your ukulele.
Okay, whoops. You're ready to be amazed?
Yeah, I'm assuming I'll be able to guess when I hear the words, but I don't know. I don't know a lot of songs.
A little intro thing? I've been playing it for 10 minutes, so. All right. Sorry. Oh, you. All right. Got a Dungeon Master's Guide. I got a 12-sided die. I've got Kitty Pride, Nightcrawler too, waiting there for me. Yes, I do. I do. I've got posters on the wall. My favorite rock group, Kiss. I've got Ace Frehley. I got Peter Criss waiting there for me. Yes, I do. I do.
It's not in my room?
Is it Weezer?
Yeah, no. But yeah. It was. Other at the beginning of that, I'm like, this song is great. This has all the things. This is. I've never heard this song before in my life. Meanwhile, once you got into that part, I'm just like, yeah, like not only do I know this song, it was just on the radio yesterday or whatever the last time I was in the car, which I think was yesterday, and yeah, I never ever remember that beginning part. All I remember is just like in my room or in the garage or whatever, just like I feel safe and everything's great in my room, and everywhere else, everyone is a monster.
Even Weezer has social anxiety.
Oh my god, yes. All entertainers and musicians do. The only way to get really good at things is to hide out in a garage somewhere where people leave you alone and you do things. Like, the reason I live in this weird tower with maniacs is because I'm sequestered in this magical tower away from the maniacs just enough that it's like, hey, what'd you do today? I got a little robot dinosaur that I stop motioned, or whatever, I drew things or made a little intro for this podcast thing. People who are busy hanging out with their friends and I don't know, whatever does people do, like, hey, we were down to the bar scoping chicks and whatever, like, cool. I got some stuff done. I got a bunch of stuff done while you were doing that. No offense to what you were doing, but in my garage, I feel safe. I did stuff with my toys, and I drew things with insects' heads on them. No, that didn't rhyme, but it's true. But
what if this is the first time anybody's watching this?
And if this is the first time anybody's watching
this,
then welcome, and that's wonderful.
You are in for a treat.
If you are lost and confused, no such thing as grownups.com is right there above me, and you can right from the website. There's a link to like listen to them all on Stitcher and Spotify.
Later,
and all that
after
stuff.
This show.
After this show, it's all audio. We've only done a few of these live ones via Skype or with Tara in the chair there, and basically it's written behind the lights, but the new tagline for this show that I bet you have even forgotten about is something about life preservers, because the logo is kind of a life preserver, saving adults from becoming grown-ups, saving people from becoming grown-ups, something like that. So like I think that's on the it's on the Mixer
I feel like
info.
It's getting shorter.
Probably.
The screen, but I can just make the screen go up. That's
true. It's hard that when you're not used to sitting in in front of a camera, he said as he burped, because he's so used to sitting in front of a camera. You don't tend not to realize, like, especially like the first few, and I should definitely still do it, where I was just drawing streams. It would always start with like, hey, I'm drawing. How's everybody? The camera over here, camera over there, story. So anyway, yeah, that's great. Hey, so this is my posture for a show? Is this normal? Is this how Mr. Dressup used to sit? And that's why, like, I don't stream every day. Because I do like, this isn't showing people postures or poses or anything. It is like, yeah, I gotta go into my garage / living room and curl up in a little ball with a crocheted blanket and 67 episodes of the IT Crowd or Penn and Teller's magic show, and that's it. Like, whatever, like, and then just disappear and forget that I watched that stuff. And when I say those shows, it is usually Cats Does Countdown and Would I Lie to You over and over again. What's amazing about the trivia ones is I don't still feel smart. Like, ooh, I got that math equation that time. Like, no, you didn't. This is the 16th time you've seen that. You should have gotten it by the second time, idiot. This is how long it's taken you. But whatever, it makes you feel smart sometimes. But speaking of going to classes and learning things...
Well, I was just going to say that I was just showing you my torture machine over here. I just got which I can't show, but that seemed like I was going to show people it, but...
Oh,
I
definitely.
was adjusting my chair.
If there was a cameraman there, he will be definitely fired for not panning over to where you gestured right now.
So
Gary,
as you
you're
can
done.
see, it's just a inversion table that I got because my back is like so messed up that I just felt like I want to be taken by the ankles, and what I really want is to be taken by the ankles and then shooken. So like this setup is like that's it's not really what I wanted. It suffices because when I hang upside down though, I can feel like amazing. Like you can just feel each separation of your vertebrae. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing, but it feels great. So,
Shooken is a word? I'm just looking up shooken.
Shooken?
Shaken up.
I would like
shook
to be
up.
shooken.
Shook up. I don't think shooken's a word.
Well, it is now.
I mean, yes, everybody.
Put that in the
everybody
urban
gets their urban dictionary, their own words.
I would love to be shooken. Upside down though, like, and then, like I feel like then all your bones would like go into the proper place because gravity is just pulling you down. Yeah. Like,
no, that's a good sound medical theory,
man.
For sure.
What?
I guarantee on the back of your inversion table, there's definitely a doctor-approved list of like, hey, it's me, Dr. Genius.
You a little bit.
Yeah.
I haven't got full inversion. You can do like different levels. So like the first, so when I first got it, you can do up to like 90 degrees where you're just hanging literally like upside down. Or you can start at like 15 degrees where it's kind of like you're not even in a dentist chair, kind of put like inverted. So I just obviously thought like, well, obviously I'm going to be able to do like 90 degrees like right away. Like that's not a problem. Even though I watched several videos that said, don't do 3 degrees right away. That you don't need to also. It's not even necessary because as long as you're like a little bit inverted, like even 15 to 30 degrees, your body will do like opposite of gravity will happen. Like you're hanging upside down. You're inverted enough that it's working. But no, I was like, no, I'll fully fucking go 90 degrees. Also, my ankle was sprained when I got it, and you're hanging literally by your ankles. Like, it's just 2 clamps kind of similar to the things at the gym, basically, that you put your legs in. It just has, like, bumpers, foam bumpers with little cup things. Like, I even got, like, kind of the better kind, I guess. Anyways. So I tried to do 90. That was not happening. I did 15. That was great. I've, like, worked my way up to, like, 45. Amazing. I do yoga, all this, but because of this was the thing that I wanted to talk about with anxiety is I kind of figured out that my anxiety, at least anyways, but I think it's true of anybody, that is just energy. I just have a lot of energy. And if that energy doesn't go into something productive, then it just turns into like worrying or unproductive things because you're just sitting there. And instead of it like being used, it's being used by your brain to just like fucking go crazy. So your brain's just constantly running, but like it's just running in circles. So it's like not actually doing anything productive, which I have solved over the years by just running in the morning to get rid of that energy. And like, I just have so much of it that I just like need a way to dump it very quickly and efficiently. And running is very efficient way for me to go and just get rid of it. And I can come back in the morning. And I even feel like better just talking about it right now that I can be able to sit at a computer for a period of time, I guess. So it usually lasts until like noon if I would do that. And that's like on a daily basis. I have to get rid of this energy. Because of all the snow here, we just got like 3 feet of snow or something ridiculous. Like my neighbor comes and plows the driveway. The driveway is huge. There is not enough room for the snow. He had to come and like bring a backhoe and like fix it all up or whatever to like push all the snow back because he can't do it with the plow or whatever anymore. It's like that insane. So running, and also because of the temperature, like running is just not a possibility for me anymore.
Yeah.
Essentially, I'm like losing my mind. And now I totally understand like how I felt before, even when like I was at the school, like in the winter time, I really didn't have the ability to do a lot of physical activity. I would go to the gym and stuff there, but like gym is just, it's not enough. Like it's not enough ability to just go full throttle, like, and
well,
whatever.
That's like the way you are. I don't know. I'm partially that way as well. It's just that where no matter what you're doing, it's almost not even about the energy that you have. It is, I do everything at 90 degrees. Like, what are the options? 1 to 90, 90, please. No, that's not how it works. Like, would you like some coffee? Yes, the hottest, darkest, most poisonous coffee ever. Like, why? Whatever is the most, do that. And I will do it. Like, everything's not a challenge. Calm down. So when you apply that to everything, even again with running, like it took you years to stop hurting yourself running and to just simply run like a person who doesn't break their own legs when they run. So literally... and again, just like the dog, it's like you have to do something with all of this, but it's not even a matter of like it is like you have to tire yourself out, so you are too tired to try and do 6 things, and you have to do the one. But because even nothing, you can't do nothing slow enough or fast enough or whatever that is, whatever the nth degree of nothing is. You can't get there because it's nothing. So that challenge, it literally creates a paradox in your head where you are just completely like, again, like I know I need to just sit and relax for a minute and breathe. Like I know I need to do that. So eventually it becomes, well, I'll meditate for a while. So then again, it's like technically, and this is me, assuming, lying, making things up, but I'm pretty sure I'm right as well. It's that.
And this is about me or about?
Yeah, about you. But okay. I'm sure other people as well. True, but
why am I holding my arm up like this to drink? I don't know why.
Don't know. You're out of your mind.
I'll get to that with the judo.
Oh my god. So yeah, that was the main thing to talk about was judo. But yeah, because of your I don't know. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing, I'm metaphoring, but you need a grading system for everything. Whether you like it or don't like it, you need it to be gradable. Whether you're getting it graded doesn't matter. But if that thing was suddenly put into the professional or the school setting, I would be graded or paid according to this level that I'm doing, which would be the top of course, because I will go to nothing less. And again, with nothing, it is like, where's the class where I do nothing the best? How do I get an A in nothing? Yes. And again, it's taken years, but it finally, thanks to your Dr. Melissa West and your internet yoga and those things, your documentaries, all those things culminated together into one magical Voltron robot that is, oh yeah, meditation's a class that people go to. And again, you're better than everybody else because you can do it on your own and whatever. But if you decided to go in, if you left your room, you stopped rolling your 8-sided, your 12-sided dice, whatever that is, you leave the garage and you do it in front of people, you're either a Weezer or you're a lunatic that's just going, I'm a band. So that's what you're doing. Like, no matter what you do, and I do it too. That's why I can't branch out into other things, because I'm like, well, that's me practicing to get good at a thing, even if it's just whatever, like, fun, putting together Legos or whatever. Again, like, oh, now I have a show where I can put together some Legos and that will make sense in the world, because before, what, I'm just going to put together Legos for nobody? That's insane. Who am I going to tell stories to about my Lego memories that will come flooding in when I start putting together Lego stuff?
I wish when I was a child that I had an audience for the shit that I built and the little vignettes that like went on, because they were amazing. My dad helped me one time to build like I never had a Barbie house or whatever, but like the thing that I had was like more amazing because my dad did some renovations. So he had like this carpeting and like wallpaper and shit like that. And he just took like wood and like kind of made a box, but then he like it was like fully whatever, like real carpeting, fucking it had like wallpaper that was like from our house, and then it had like shingles and stuff, but they were like big size shingles or whatever, like on their roof and stuff. Now I've had those powers today, which I do. Imagine what we would create. It's on our YouTube channel, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
I don't have to imagine.
I don't have to imagine. There's hundreds of hours of it, or at least, 60 to 100 hours of YouTube videos of the things that you would make.
I think we have 100 videos or
there's 100 videos at least. Yeah, some of them are probably an hour long because they're things like this, and most of them are like a minute to 3.
All right, so yes, you are correct. Gradable things. That is my ding 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 bread and butter right there. So because of this lack of running, like I just knew that I had to do something over the winter, otherwise I was going to go insane. I tried to leave here. I tried to sell this house because I knew the insanity was coming. I feel like the fucking Shining or whatever, like I'm going to murder someone. It'll probably be poor Burke or whatever because he's the only one here. Like I threatened to take him in the woods all the time, murder him. But he's my only salvation, but I feel bad for him too because it's the same deal. He has a lot of energy. We don't get to go out, and so it's just like two stir crazy like animals in here. So I joined Judo thinking about this, knowing in the fall I'm gonna need to have something that I really am into to make me leave this house also in the winter, because otherwise I just fucking won't go to it. Like I don't care. So started doing Judo. Everything was fucking amazing about it. And there's graded belts and stuff in it, and there's all these different things you can do and so much to learn. Like it is amazing. It's amazing. But, well, I will tell you my story or whatever, my Kramer story, because I think my new nickname is going to be Kramer. But I was just thinking about this. My idea about how the school system should work is basically exactly how Judo works, because I was saying the school system right now is based on how old you are, which is ridiculous. Like that has nothing, your age has nothing to do with your intellect. So up until the time you're 18, you're in all of these classes and stuff with just people your own age, for no reason whatsoever. It's ridiculous. No fucking reason.
You're only really learning from one person, the teacher, and actually in real life you're just learning from all the people around you, because that's how life really works.
They're all the same level. You can't.
But they're all just a bunch of idiots. Yeah,
you're all a bunch of idiots. No matter what level you're at, you're just with a bunch of idiots, because you're all same level, idiot level. So with Judo though, everybody, well, as far as I know, I'm just very noob so far, but everybody can train together, and it doesn't really matter how old you are either, because the levels you're at is by your belt and what you know by your belt, what your knowledge is. So anyways, having said that, I do go to adult class, but my partner sometimes is this girl.
Before you even say how you realize your dreams, again, the show is about saving adults from becoming grown-ups, and raising up that inner child that you have and keeping them alive and making sure they're still doing the things that they like to do when they were a kid and what they dreamed of doing when they were old. And again, there's that thing I love having this power and doing these things, and it is, you take all those stuff and you build better houses, different houses, and put on shows. And whatever, I'd like to be able to do this. And when you realize that I have a bunch of skills and means that I can put together, once again, Voltron together into a robot that makes me happy. And one of again, like, I feel like you've only been doing judo for a few months now or whatever it's been, but for years, for all of the years, I mean, maybe it's in all of us, but you definitely have had, like, if there was only some way to just fight a child, like, you know, when that Facebook quiz or whatever it was came around, was like, answer all these questions. How many toddlers can you fight? You know, can you fight off, or how? You know,
I forgot all about that. I could fight so many. I fucking know I could.
you redid that test at least 6 different times for sure, just to see if has my numbers gone up. It's not a real thing. It's just based on whatever thing you put in there.
But like, my numbers did go up.
Of course they did. You learn to figure out what the algorithm's looking for. You just crank up the numbers you want to make sure it goes higher, and crank down the other things. And it is like when you told me, like, so anyway, like, you know,
172 for some reason, but
like, well, of course this was eventually going to happen, and yeah, it's you know, again, be careful what you wish for sure, because somewhere in your subconscious, regardless of how much effort you're putting towards your regular job or your regular friends or your whatever, somewhere back there is the you in the garage rolling those D&D dice and trying to get a plus 20 on their charisma, so that they can now, like, now I'm here and I'm doing that thing, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop me. Like, excuse me, ma'am, like, I'm here. We're all at the same level. I saw that episode of Seinfeld. I don't care that Seinfeld picked up an underage girl in a parking lot and started dating her, and that the Kramer guy ended up being racist. All of that aside, all of our Thursday night TV from our childhood. All of that
aside, my new nickname is Kramer.
And that's the only, like, that's what the problem with that is. That just means you're racist. You have to get rid of that. Like, it just, because it's not, if Michael Richards, nobody ever says Michael Richards. They just say Kramer, and they still, mostly, he has not made that Louis C.K. comeback that Louis C.K. is trying to make. He's just, you know, nice and obscure. So yeah, definitely don't jump onto the nickname.
Louis C.K.
Just go with, just push your own nickname of whatever. Go with Child Puncher or whatever. You have to be
Child Puncher.
You gotta be under this tall to take this fist.
The nickname. I didn't tell them to call me this.
The minute.
So okay, this is before. Okay, this the thing I'm going to talk about happened last night or whatever. But prior to this, so sometimes she's my partner. She's 12, and we just practice doing throws on each other. It just shouldn't matter, because it doesn't matter what size you are.
It shouldn't matter to you.
What?
It shouldn't matter to you. It's definitely going to matter to somebody. All right, maybe to a 12-year-old or to the mother of a 12-year-old. When
take on someone that's like 2 or 3 times my size.
Yeah, that's great. Again, in a class environment, when somebody goes home with a leg backwards.
Well, we're okay with judo. Okay, I should say this. Like, when we're sparring, it's not like I don't know anything either. I don't know if it is like other martial arts, or if it's not. Like, I don't really know, but I've heard that it's not, in that it's like a mutual beneficial thing. So mutually beneficial sport, in that we're just like kind of, most of the time we're just like letting each other throw each other. So we know what's going to happen. Like, you know what's going to happen. That's all I'm saying. So, but anyways, we were practicing a throw, and I was supposed to throw her one way, which was on the mat. And anyways, we just like end up facing the wrong way. And I would have, like, if I would have just went through with it, she would have ended up in the wall. Because we were very close to the wall. Anyways.
So this is what's funny about that. So you gave the explanation of, no. We're not karate chopping each other in the legs. Also, hi, Kier Ben. Thanks for following over on Mixer. You know, it's that same thing of like, no, I'm not an idiot. I know how to use my gun. I'm not going to accidentally. I accidentally shot myself in the groin. Like,
I am full.
and you already
know the things I know.
You already know the thing. One of the things you already know is that even with the most specific training and instructions, you can do anything. That's true and whatever. But within the doing of anything, you also know that you just fall down. You're still just like any other human being. People go the wrong way. Things happen. And you also have a weird ankle that it's like, oh, halfway through this, my ankle went out. Now that poor little 12-year-old is twisted in half. But just that thing where you're just like, no, we're just doing throws and we're controlling it and we're helping each other. Like, yes, until Burt Raccoon wakes up and everything goes crazy. Then you just said, so then I almost threw her through a wall. Exactly. That's my...
So a lot of times we're just practicing the moves, which I also like about judo is just like everything is broken up into steps. It's just like the perfect, like I can't even tell you how perfect it is.
Step 1, we can have lots of fun. Step 2, I'm gonna throw you. Step 3, gonna sweep that knee. Step 4, I can give you more. Do they go to step 5?
Not usually. Usually there's about 3 steps, sometimes 4.
You don't even know what I'm talking about. What's going on? You went to the concert, I thought. You at least got a t-shirt. No, or was that a Milli Vanilli t-shirt?
Step 10, I think.
It was the new kids. The new kids on the block.
Step 10. Now we do it again. Yeah.
Step 10. That sounds about right.
Yeah, it just goes through the whole, it's a stupid...
Goes through all the numbers. Step 90. If you can find me. Step 91. Are we still having fun? Step 92. Donnie, you're so ugly. Or wait, no, Danny was the ugly one. Was Danny the ugly one? Donnie the ugly one.
That's one of them.
Oh, Donnie was the Wahlberg. Danny was the ugly one. There we go.
Yeah. My friend had her mouth wired shut when we were like in grade 7, and for getting her mouth unwired or getting it taken off, her parents got her whatever she wanted, and what she wanted was to go see the New Kids on the Block.
You just got new teeth. You just got new teeth. As a reward for spending thousands of dollars of my money, you want to go to a Dancy Boys concert? No, you go in there and you chew some carrots evenly. Unbelievable, these kids.
Went out drinking in the woods, and she was like, yeah, I could do everything. Like, she was like, fully like, I could do anything with my mouth wired shut. Like, she was fully like, this is not a disability to me. So we're like, okay. So she had like a little, like a hole or whatever where she could put a straw.
Just enough room for a straw.
And she ended up like puking. Or no, I think she didn't actually end up throwing up a lot. But she was like, here's these pliers. If I throw up in my mouth and I can't breathe, you have to like take off the wires.
Good to be prepared. The EpiPen of the teens in the woods of the 80s. Pliers.
Get it off. Her thing was to go to Vegas on the Block. I remember being like, this is cool. We'll get to go, because they were only playing in Toronto. So we got to go to Toronto. She asked me to go as her, like, she got to bring a friend. And I was like, that was really cool. But also we were like kind of a little bit too old for New Kids on the Block at the same time. But whatever, it was fine. We went to the concert. It was horrible. We ended up having to pay like $20 for like garbage bags. It was like raining, and they just like they were like rain jackets, and it was just garbage bags with holes cut in for your neck and your arms. We're just like wearing these garbage bags. So we're waiting. Like we waited for like 3 hours or something ridiculous to see these fuckers, and then people started screaming. It was still like daylight out. I remember the concert was like kind of late, but it was still daylight. And everybody was screaming, and just kind of like looked up, and there was like this building, and they were just like in the window, and they were just like kind of like peeking out, and everybody was like, wah! Like losing their minds, and then like they'd shut the window, and everybody like be quiet, or everybody like peek out again, like wah! Like losing their minds again, and then they just started yelling, Joe, 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 Joe.
Of course they would.
It was Danny, like one of the ugly ones or whatever that.
Anyone but Danny. Laughing. Anyone but Danny. Mostly Joey. Anyone but Danny. Is Danny still there? Get out of there, Danny. Get us the other Wahlberg.
Okay, so anyways, so my partner in judo. So a lot of times we're just only working on the steps. We're not even actually doing the whole throw. So we're just doing like 1, 2, and then you just kind of like pop them up a little bit. But because she's so light, like when I pop her up, I just feel like her legs were like, whoo, like just going like crazy in the air.
Yeah, that's what happens to children when you start flipping them through the air.
But also, I'm just like looking back to make sure she's okay and to see where the fuck she's going. But we're not supposed to look back. You're supposed to look where you're throwing the person. When you do that, they kind of definitely just go in that direction. So anyways, we're just supposed to be like popping up, and this whole time she's just popping it ridiculous, and it's driving me nuts and making me look back. So I'm just like, I just need to see how high you're getting when you're doing this. And she's like, I know, it's crazy or whatever, right? So she's like fully into it or whatever, and she's like, we'll get my dad to like record us after class. And I was like, okay, like, we'll do that. So after class, she's like, oh
no,
yeah, she's like, okay.
No. This has all been an elaborate for days now, for at least weeks. Oh, that's your partner? That adult lady's your partner? You know what you guys should do? You should videotape each other. Does everybody not wear shirts underneath the, you guys do? Anyway, maybe it'll be, that's not for you to decide, 12-year-old girl. Could you do me a favor for daddy? For your learning purposes, and grades.
That it's me than some dude or whatever, like.
So you videotape each other.
I'm like, well, she's like, oh, come. She comes up, and then she's like, okay, flip me or whatever. I'm like, you don't have your gi on or whatever. So she had to go back, she just kind of threw her gi on, not tied up or anything. So I was like, okay, well, and then they're like, well, do you want to do it on the mat? I'm like, no, like she's not flipping over. I'm just popping her up because I want to see how far her legs are going to go. Like, that's it. I was like, we're not doing anything. Like, we're just popping it up. I just want to see, like, film it. The end. So I was like, okay, you ready? So then I go to pop her, and like, I swear she must have like just flipped her legs more or something, but she ended up just like going ridiculous. Feet like over her head, like not even like, it would have been better if it would have been great if I would have just thrown her properly. But she just fling, and then her legs kind of went over, and like she basically like her body like kind of just like contorted. I thought she was gonna land on her head. I kind of grabbed her, and she was fine or whatever. But it was like, holy shit!
Popping ridiculous. You're popping ridiculous.
I very like, holy shit. Anyways, I was like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, she said she was fine. Everything was fine. Anyway, she wanted to put it up like on YouTube, and then I was like, oh my god, like, this is
oh my ridiculous. God, now it's on YouTube? Oh, you're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Yeah.
Hey, what's that? Hey, did everyone see the video of Tara throwing a small child? It was for for learning purposes, but you know.
So that happened, but prior to this on Facebook, my sensei put up this video of like this baby, and they're just like kind of doing judo to the baby, like sweeping its leg and then like making it fall, but like still kind of holding onto its arms or whatever, like it's not really falling. Then the baby was loving it, and I just put up like, when are we gonna get to fight the babies? And then that happened. Oh.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You can't just say, again, careful what you wish for. When you say random silly things, and they could just go out into the universe, and it comes together in a nice little train of events of, hey, first there was this, then this happened. Wait a second, Matlock. Is this a pattern? Is she going to start doing it on her own time now?
Don't Matlock anything I do, because this don't Matlock not lead to anything good at all. So, yeah. So that's judo.
Tara, can you come here for a minute? Can you come here and just talk to Sensei Steve for like just for 1 minute? Just.
Hi, Sensei.
I don't want to. Listen. We're all here to help each other. You know, helping you fall while you help somebody throw. Everyone's learning from everyone. But I don't like to throw these ridiculous.
When do we throw the babies? Do we need to bring our own babies? And if we do, how long are we allowed to fight the babies?
Whoa. Okay, this is way beyond where I even expected. I was gonna wanted to explain to you that what you're doing over there, you're popping ridiculous. You're popping ridiculous, all right? Although you get like we talked about this, we're all in the same level, all right? But you are still an adult woman, and this is still a small child. And
I
now you're
understand,
telling
Sensei,
me,
but she has been taking judo twice as long as I
mm-hmm.
have, so I feel like she can take twice as much as I could. Isn't that correct, Sensei?
I mean, listen, your math isn't completely wrong, but what I'm afraid of is your escalation of first you're throwing her around because you're like we're all on the same level, but now you just want to. For how long can we fight the babies? You said you want to get something smaller than your partner, and
It's just that
then
I saw this video about
mhm.
judo and babies, and like you could judo babies, no problem, because as long as you teach them the level, they're at the same level, they're doing the same bout. It's all,
Whoa, okay, yeah, no, that's not
it's
how.
all
That's
fine
not.
as far as I can
No, I
tell.
know, I know, with the earbuds and the three ninjas and all these things, where the little kid turns out to be a ninja master, or the dog turns out that they can play a
Right.
sport,
Those
and there's like
videos scare
there's
me a lot. I'm
there's
very
no
scared
rules.
that a baby might try to attack me. I've tried to live my entire life baby free. That's all I'm
Hmm.
saying. I've tried to keep, babies out of myself personally, and
Hmm.
I'd like to keep them just away from me just in case. Just in case. You never know.
We all should, and I wish that everyone did. But I'm liking this, direction you're taking in it, at least. At least you're not just. I feel like I'm a monster. Maybe I'm the monster here, and I need to go to another sensei session and learn to look inside myself because. Yeah, I thought that you were literally just like, I want to beat up babies. I don't like babies. Bring in some babies
Yes,
that I can
both
throw
of those
around.
things.
Okay, so, but it
Want
comes
me
from
to
a
be
place.
number one. And number two, I don't like babies.
Okay, you just veered off again back into the ditch of terrible
That's because I
things.
don't have any babies.
Yeah, no, I thought you were like
Like
you're starting at a place
I
of
would
preservation.
probably
No, I
I'd
thought
have
you were.
my
Yeah, yeah, no, you can't just. Yeah, you can't decide who your enemies are before they're your enemies. I feel like we should have covered that first class. Like you can't just.
I just want to catch babies from other babies. That's disgusting, quite
You don't want to
frankly.
catch babies from other babies.
That's how I presume you get them.
I mean,
Seeing people and then they like, my friends, they get babies and then their friends, they end up getting babies. It's totally disgusting. I don't want it in my life. I just want to be baby free.
okay,
If I
you're
see
right.
any babies around me, I will fight them.
Okay. That's again. You start off at a nice place of making sense. Yes, you friends with babies beget friends with babies, and people without babies with friends who have babies get babies. That is the circle of baby life. But
I know that it
there.
happens through sex. I'm not like a crazy person. I
Hmm.
understand that. It's just that it seems like there's a bunch of people that were my friends who said they also hated babies.
Hmm.
And this has been going on for my entire life. They
Yeah.
said they hated babies, hated babies, and then suddenly they've got babies. Like, how does it happen? I'll tell you how it happens because they were around babies and they were
Oh, it definitely
infected
does. It definitely
with
does. Yeah.
these babies. And then they wanted their own babies.
Oh yeah, babies are they're designed, they're orchestrated. The eyes, the smells, they make you. They do. They're a parasite that makes you want to get more parasites. It's like
Don't
living in the
have much
Matrix.
longer to go until I'm just going to be cured of being able to have babies. Like that's coming a
Hmm.
few years from now, but I need to make it those few years, and that's why I need judo.
Okay, no, yes, like again, hopefully I can just teach you to center yourself and work with the world around you through judo and its practices, but you can't solve all of your problems with punching. You're not Captain America, all right? Everyone, you should try to be more of like a Vision if you want to follow the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But yeah, you don't need to fight all the
Me right
babies.
now?
Am I what?
threatening me?
No. God, no. I'm not threatening you. I'm saying that. I'm saying that
me too.
You
Hashtag
don't
me
need
too,
to.
everyone. Hashtag me too. Just trying to not have babies over here. This guy trying to like, it's fine. Just pray your babies away. He says.
That's not class. Continue with your katas. No. What I'm saying is you don't need to
get this.
You don't need to fight all the babies. That you can continue to avoid the babies, but fighting them, like 99% of them will not know judo. I promise you, a world of judo babies.
I will know judo.
And yes, and that's where there's a movie called The Perfect Weapon, where this guy,
the next 6 belts or however many belts there are.
That we can do. There's no baby belts, and we're not bringing in babies. You can get some baby belts.
You don't have to worry about this at all.
You can't bring your own. But no.
Friends who hated babies, and now they got babies.
Now, what I will.
They still hate babies. I'll tell you that much, because they're always trying to get rid of them. That's how I can get one.
Yeah, so what I suggest is that you take that rage, and again, you didn't hear it from me, but you go fight those people who had those babies. Don't fight the babies. Leave the babies be. Hope that they can grow up and be people that you can befriend and like. But yeah, you can't. But again,
let those take judo and let those babies turn into good people. But
hopefully they do. You never know. Some kids grow up and they become Daniel LaRusso's instead of becoming Johnny's. Both of them, they're losers and jerks. But one of them is pure evil, and one of them is trying to just be their best. Be that one. Be the one who's trying to be better. Don't be a maniac that's trying to ruin other people's lives. Have you seen the YouTube series? I recommend everybody. That's your homework. Pay the money for the YouTube thing.
I've watched it 6 times, Sensei.
Watch the Cobra Kai. All right, so I think you might be watching it from the wrong perspective. Because again, there's
around the scene where those kids get punched in the face.
Yes.
At least 60 times.
That is not what the program is about. That's not what this program is about. It's about the discipline, and again, it's the learning to not use it, but know that you can, and just
I'll learn that I can use it.
And if you can feel safe in the world and safe in knowing that if you were attacked by some judo babies, yes, you can defend yourself, but do not attack the judo babies. But most importantly, in this classroom, don't be popping ridiculous. The 12-year-olds, please. What are you doing? Don't poke me in the head. Oh, you have a question?
Yes, Sensei. What if the babies, you just see a baby, but they're kind of hiding like those ninja babies on that movie that you're talking about? Then can we attack them?
I'm going to say proceed with caution, but try your best not to attack a baby or a child. But again, if you don't stop throwing 12-year-olds around, I'm going to have to kick you out of the class. Yes, Tara, you have another question, I assume, about throwing babies.
Sensei. Okay. Oh my god. I forgot what my question was.
I thought you would. Everybody, continue sparring. Somebody pick up that 12-year-old, take her into the back there. I'll go get some cups of fire or whatever, and I'll Miyagi her legs better. Tara, seriously, just do your katas and don't show up with a baby next week or the week after that, and none of the other weeks. All right? All right. What's your question? No, just ask it before.
The next week after that, can I bring a baby?
I thought I was any of the weeks after that, any of the weeks, and any of the classes. Again, just don't attack anybody. By the way, all right? Don't wrestle your dog. Don't wrestle your dog. Is this about wrestling animals in the woods? Yeah, no. Don't touch any of them. Don't touch any of them. Leave them be. None of them had anything to do with judo. If they're not wearing a gi, they're not getting thrown by me. Put that in your head, all right? You're the me. You're the me. Okay. All right. Class dismissed. Class bell. Ta-ding, ding.
Ta-ding, ding.
Assume he rings a bell at the end.
Oh my God.
Judo class is over, everyone.
There's no punching in judo. There's only holds and throws, which is great. Because I bruise very easily.
Listen, sometimes a hold is just a punch that doesn't go too far.
That is so true, because also... I should just stop talking.
What about this hold? I'm holding her head. It's called a head hold.
You can't do any of that.
With a knee accentuator. They're just accentuators. They're boosts.
So it kind of sucks or whatever, because in my class I'm the only girl, or the only woman besides this 12-year-old girl.
The dead one, yeah.
Be like, although we do still talk about certain things, but so also I probably wouldn't have known to talk about this anyways. For like the past few months before Christmas, I was like, Jesus Christ, like what is going on? Like under my armpits, it was just like red. There was like bumps under there. And then someone was like telling me, oh, my friend found breast cancer, and it was like in her armpit. It was so weird. So then I'm just like, oh, like losing my mind. Like, oh, okay. Like, well, I guess I've got breast cancer now. Like, oh,
I've been having a heavy jacket jerked against my underarms twice a week for the past few months while I'm getting tossed around.
I also thought maybe, which is ridiculous because I had been using the deodorants like prior to this without any whatever, but I was like, oh, maybe I'm like allergic to one of these deodorants. So I just like kind of stopped using, or I was switching
even
different
better.
Deodorants.
I go to my judo classes, I get all worked up and sweaty, but I don't use deodorant anymore. Anyway, rashy. Hey, Tinder, who wants a date? I don't know. I don't use deodorant. I'm kind of itchy under here. And I wicked want to throw a child around. Anyway, that's my top 3. What are you into? Long walks on the what? Going to the where?
I should put that on my dating profile. Oh, God. Likes to meet the kids. I'll get Mandy to do my dating profile for me.
That is definitely the worst idea ever.
So I was just like losing my mind, doing all these things. And also like I was just like, fuck, I don't know, like I'll just start growing the hair. Like maybe it was ingrown hair. So I just like how like just growing the hairs, but it was still there. And then I didn't feel anything though that whole time until like
worst
last
detective
night.
Ever.
Yeah. What has changed in my life and my underarm? Like, what's changed with my underpits?
I keep putting the ice cube tray, I fill it with water, I put it in the cupboard, I wait weeks, I wait months. It never turns to ice. I can't figure it out. I closed the door, and then I stopped looking at it. That's what turns it to ice, right? No, Sherlock. No. What's the thing that you've been doing?
My God. Because I've got like kind of one goodie that's kind of worked in that the teacher like lent me, and then like we anyways traded for art. So I have that. But then I have this other gi that's I guess is I found out that's like kind of a cheaper gi. So it's like super hard. And it's just like, yeah, like just rubbing up in there. Oh yeah, it's the old 1-ply versus the 3-ply cottonelle. And I can't wear t-shirts really. I've tried to wear t-shirts before, and I'm dying. Like, Judo sounds great. It also kind of sounded like you had one knee that's worked in because the way there was like the delay or the little bit of pixelation there. Oh, I have one knee that's worked in, but the sensei lent me a knee. Like, wait, what? I thought you were talking about how like, oh, this leg is still stiff, but like going through all the things. My judo gis. My judo gi. But yeah, like again, minute 1, like the first time you said, anyways, like, I need a gi. Notice was that like I was like, what the hell? This one had been kind of healing. The other reason I didn't understand it was because usually we're only getting like doing this. We do this crazy under the arm thing, which it's always on the right side. So it should have been on this side, but it was mostly on that side. Anyways, get back last night. I literally have like. They look like lips. It looks like lips under my armpit from whatever, the skin rubbing and stuff. I should take a picture. Oh, except it's kind of hairy. It'd probably be very gross too. Oh my gosh. So this dating profile just keeps getting worse. No, this is the real life. This is was this
ain't no country club. This is Judo, LA.
Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, well, that's a great, disgusting adventure. All right, the show's just about over. But there's a few people watching on Mixer. I don't know.
Women, like, I don't. Oh, there was people watching. Hey.
But I don't know. This Kierben and this other guy, Double X. It's either Blaze or Biaze Double X. I feel like he might have showed up during the Twitch as well. But he was like, "Can you say this name?" And it's one of those names that if I do read it out loud, it's just swearing. And just like.
Tricky.
There's so many. Keep forgetting. There's a lot of just these trolls out there. Me and my brother was talking about that the other day, where he's like, I miss the old internet when you could just be a troll like this. And like, no, people still do that. It's just you can be tracked down more easily now. Just back then, you were more invisible because nobody knew anything, and now you're older, so you don't quite understand. But the other thing. I don't know if you can even see it now, but it's like, oh yeah, the Fantacan is kind of behind the camera here. You can't quite see him. So I was at the grocery store, and no, the other side. You're flipped. And I'll just open these up now. And I got some M&Ms with caramel in them. Sounds like a great idea. Sounds like a super great idea. I can try. The people will be able to see it landing on the pillow. Ready?
Okay.
You can fully see it bouncing down to the floor and everywhere.
The rest of my body is gone.
Oh wow! Okay, these are great. I will say, caramel M&Ms fantastic. They're probably gone. But this one says
candy tasting. Is it
I don't know if you can see that.
Bowl size?
It says take home size. And I know, like, I feel like we had this discussion before.
Oh, these are ones you just eat in the store. That's what they're saying.
Exactly. What does that mean? Because there's like one was like a big one that says like bowl size, and it also says like sharing size. No, I think the sharing size is like this is enough for you and one friend. And then there's like the bowl size or the sharing or whatever it was. That's like this is for a big bowl of candy for a party. Don't be a pig. Like okay, I get it. And then. What other one that just says like snack size or, you know, like just for you, loser, that you don't have a friend to share it with size. But this is the first time I've seen take home size. I don't know, like, and I'm at the grocery store, so it isn't like, I guess there's probably a phone number on the back somewhere. There you go. Yeah, 1-888-709-6277 for questions. Hey, what in effing F does take-home size mean? I mean, I got it home without a whole lot of trouble, so it's not a lie. But what did you guys mean with?
We meant don't take those other M&Ms the fuck home. That's what we meant.
And that's the only thing. It's like, where was I supposed to take the other ones? I mean, none of them say any sort of place. Like, none of them say, like, this one's for the theater. Like, sneak into the theater size. That would make more sense. Or mix it with popcorn size. Like, all right, still things people do, but like. You know what people are going to want to do with their candy? What's that, Steve? They're going to want to take it home.
Yeah. What's that, Sensei Steve?
Yeah, that's what we brought you in here, Sensei Steve, for your wise judo knowledge. But yeah, anyway, we need a new slogan. Yeah, take home size.
Now. We need some new sizes, guys. We've got to come up with new sizes for these M&Ms.
I got one for you.
The same bags.
Mm-hmm.
The same actual sizes. We just need new sizes.
Yeah, like just in name form. I got it. Everybody shut up. I got this. All right. This is my deal. All right. I've been working at this company for a long time.
Everybody. Steve's talking.
The only thing that I've been thinking about. All right. Everybody ready for this? We're
ready.
Fistful size. It's like there's like one good grown man's fistful of candy in there. You know what you're getting. If you want to take it one by one, that's up to you. But you know that if you want to take a mittful, you got a mittful or the mittful bag. The
mittful. Yeah. I like it. I like it. And it should be bigger than our family size bag because we're going to call it the giant mittful.
Oh, like 2 scoops of raisins. I like it.
Who had a mitt and then it was full of M&Ms.
Next one, I got lots of them. Ice bucket challenge size.
I love it. I love it.
It's enough that you can pour over your head. It'll be $145. I've already done the cost analysis. But
great.
We've been proven if we only put it out for like 3 months, and we say it's only out for 3 months, I promise we will sell them all with demand for more, so much that people will buy 3 fistfuls to make themselves an ice bucket challenge full.
That sounds great.
Awesome.
We've already started the social media campaign, hashtag M&Ms Ice Bucket Challenge. So that's a go.
All right, excellent. And this is going to be in correspondence with the ALS, or we're just stealing their thing and giving them no money?
They are not getting any money out of this. No.
Oh, wow, no charity. Just stealing the size. We're stealing their marketing, and we're going with it. Nestle Canada.
I mean, really, like, by us saying it,
parody,
getting
homage, satire.
They're getting,
awareness.
Awareness.
We are
size. Spreading awareness and M&Ms.
Exactly, through profiteering, if you will.
I think we could also do WW size. It's the same size as the regular bags, except the bags are upside down.
Ah, now my only worry about that is just the branding, because then it does become a WW thing, and again, we don't want a world war. M&Ms, it's an old people candy a lot of the time.
Very popular right now. Wonder Woman, very popular.
Good idea. Let's do that. Wonder Woman bags, go. Also, I'm thinking fun bag size.
Fun bag size, and they should come in A, B, C, and D.
I don't get it, but I like it. Don't understand what you're talking about. I'm going to assume it's nice and wholesome. The alphabet, kids, I love it. Let's do it. All right, can we throw, but like one that's like, when we go A, B, C, let's go to D. D is a nice big one, but I also would like one that's
and we
like
should double it because double
E. it's like 2,
obviously.
And then we got see right here you can still see the perforation. This used to be 2 bags. We just chopped them 2 by 2, and it's a double D. It sounds good. I don't know where it comes from, but it sounds good. It sounds just a big natural bag of double Ds. Fun bag of double D M&Ms. I love it. And my last idea is the take it to your room size. All right, that's for like you just want to take it to your room. You can hide it under your pillow. It's for people that they know they shouldn't have candy. They're trying not to, but they still want to hide it. And that one will come in different sizes physically, but under the same name of take to your room size.
I have one last size.
Ooh, all right.
Maria Kondo size. There's only comes with 3 M&Ms in the bag, but it originally comes with 300 M&Ms. You choose the 3 that bring you joy and throw out the rest.
Wow. Whoa. I mean, I don't think we're supposed to be promoting wastefulness, but Harry Potter style, I love the gaming aspect of the food. Again, like all of those terrible jelly beans that the Harry Potter Corporation has sold for years, and 50% of them are officially inedible garbage. So let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, no, I was gonna say, what if we just steal that idea as well and do M&Ms with a question mark size? And it's like some of them aren't M&Ms. Throw some Skittles in there. I don't care.
Screws, nails.
Well, I don't want to get dangerous. I was thinking like instead of putting peanuts, we just grab some of those Harry Potter.
Painter size.
There we go.
Sized. Razor blades.
Whoa.
Apples.
All right, I'm gonna run up the flagpole the idea of like sour ones or some other things like that. But again, we'll see what
sour ones with razor blades. I love it.
All right, we're gonna take a swing by the legal department, but either way, most of these ideas, I think we're good to go. But anyway, I gotta get back to the dojo. I am mostly a sensei. I'm just here for my expertise. If somebody could ring the bell that ends classes, I gotta. All right, smoke bomb, and I'm gone. Oh man. Anyway, I'll throw a version with better audio on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, etc. Go up to nosuchthingasgrownups.com to listen to more podcasts. Tune in here every Tuesday. And are we going to do this every Wednesday? Is this the only time you're not throwing kids around?
Yeah, or Wednesdays? Sunday, or
Saturday. So either Wednesdays, Sundays, or Saturdays we'll do a podcast. But that'll be floating around. And like I said, I'm always going to try my best to convince myself to stream some of my regular work during the day sometimes. But mostly, yeah, I'll try to, we'll figure this out and I'll add it to the schedule on the Twitch screen and update the website and all that stuff. But either way, nosuchthingasgrownups.com. There's dinosaur books for sale there and artwork and other books. And I just sold a dinosaur book that I have to personalize and get in the mail. And yeah, I don't know.
I have a comic that just got it voted in the top 12 comics you need to read for spring 2019. Called
that you worked on, or just one that you're recommending?
Yeah, no, that I worked on.
Oh,
I don't fucking read comics. What the hell? It's called This Place, 150 Years Retold, and I did I illustrated 2 comics that are part of the anthology. One is about the incident in Restigouche, which was really cool because I didn't really know about anything that happened there, and it was just basically in the 80s there was all these a lot of fighting about the fishing rights because the fishermen there that are living on reserve were just trying to fish, make their living off of this, and they did a lot of trying to limit the amount of fishing for commercial, but the limits are because of commercial fishing. It just doesn't make any sense for these fishermen that are going out in a fucking boat and some nets. It's ridiculous. So they ended up trying to get them to stop. They used force to go in to get them to stop. And then finally the next year they came back with military force. It was ridiculous. So there's a documentary you can watch called The Incident at Restigouche. This story is kind of from the point of view of a little boy. It's made up aside from the settings that are happening, and it's written by Brandon Mitchell. And the other one I worked on is I can't pronounce it because it's an Inuit story, and I won't pronounce it, but it was really cool because it was kind of about the future, and I kind of got to design this future, and it was really very much in line with the direction that I want my own art to go, and it kind of gave me some ideas. Her story didn't spend a lot of time in the future, but I did get to create this future, and then it has a lot to do with time travel and dealing with some of the issues that Native people have had to deal with over the last 150 years. So, well, actually, her story was about kind of the last maybe 20 years. A lot of stuff that's happened. So, anyways, it's really awesome that it's coming out, and it's really awesome that it's getting a lot of publicity, and it's going to be on this list of comics that you should get. And I think it was nominated for an award or something too, which is really cool as well. So anyway, should check it out.
Fantastic. And next week we'll talk about the haunted adventures of 2 comedians eat PEI.
Oh yeah.
Maybe by then I'll actually watch it myself. I did see some stuff where it's I should watch that. I do like those guys from stuff when I was younger. And now that you tell me it is about whatever, a more of a haunted or a bizarre version of PEI, I'm oh well, then I'm in.
So there's a new show called Cavendish that I just saw I was just whatever. I did see some promos for it, and I was just kind of
I didn't see anything for it. I just saw the pictures, and I thought it was a show about basically the same thing. I thought it was hey, we're kind of city guys who moved back to Newfoundland, and we're fish out of water or something like that. But it's actually, we're from Toronto, and we're going to PEI. Still the same thing, but it's more like the Archie cartoon when that came back on, or the comics where Archie became the X-Files. as opposed to the
Yeah, it's kind of like
bizarre
funny
thing.
with weird things, kind of supernaturally things happen, but it's very funny if you know things about PEI, but maybe it's
Mm,
funny if you don't know. I don't know, because there's some things like that I just
yeah.
think
Like I
people
don't know
wouldn't
anything
know.
about PEI. I don't know anything about Anne of Green Gables. So I'll watch and I'll let you know. I guess that it's like, is it?
Okay, yeah, okay. So you watch, and then since you don't
Yeah.
know anything about it, I grew up like loving Anne of Green Gables. We went to PEI like summer, like like almost every summer when I was a kid. We'd go to camping in PEI or go to these cabins and do like every little touristy thing in PEI, like everything. To the point where it's a place that I wanted to move. And
Mhm.
even people are just kind of like, you don't want to move there. Like, there's nothing going on. It's just like, you don't understand where I'm coming from. Like, there's
People
nothing going
still
on.
say
There's
that
no
about me
nothing there.
moving to Truro. Like, you don't want. Why would you want to
There's
live there?
tons of
Like,
stuff going on
yeah,
there. I'm
I've
buried in
I've
snow right
been
now.
here
Like,
for a year, and I still
so,
think it's great. And even better, I just realized this Saturday that the Saturday Farmers Market, it didn't stop with the winter. It was just that one artist person was like, "This is the last one." Like, "Oh, it is. All right." And I just stopped going, and I thought it was only back again for like
oh,
Christmas. So I've been missing out on the farmers market this whole time. But again, it's like right over there. It's super close, and I don't know, like everything about this place is fantastic. You know, getting to hang out with Brant at his art show, and just asking questions about that. It's just like, and again, mostly it's just, hey, Brant, the only reason I'm here is because it's across the street. It's like, oh, no, I understand. I'm not insulted at all, because the only reason I'm here is because I have to be. I don't ever want to leave the house. Like, I have terrible anxiety. I was just like, what? Are you
oh, I
me
didn't even
times
bring that up
five?
about. That was my whole thing about the judo with social anxiety. So
Mm.
that was my thing, is going to go and do the judo now. Um, so
You
one of
write
the other
anxiety
guys,
on a 12-year-old and you throw them away.
well, one of the other guys when I went, he was like, "Yeah, this is why I took judo, is because I have anxiety," and I can kind of understand that because he was saying that he used to work at the jail, so I was like, "Oh, this makes a lot of sense." Um, I might not feel prepared to if I come into some sort of confrontation, and like that's what I was thinking about the anxiety. But like I've been noticing more and more without the running, and before I was still kind of doing snowshoeing and stuff. But since I have not been able to run every day, like I'm just kind of getting to that, the shining kind of point, like, well, my those are fucking, what's going on out
Hmm.
there? Anyways, uh, but then when I noticed, so I started having more anxiety, which I haven't felt for a long, long time. And I was just like, like, and I was kind of, yes, maybe the moon, and there was like all these things happening in my life, but like all these things happen in my life all the time, like having a lot of work or different things going on. That's just my life. So I was like, why is this, like, why am I feeling like I'm gonna throw up? Like I'm just like, ugh, like, my stomach is just churning and just feeling totally horrible. And I went to judo, and then I still felt like that even when I was doing it. I still felt a bit weird, or whatever. But then after, when I was driving home, I was just like, la, 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 like listening to the car, and I was just like, oh my God, like I feel amazing. Like it's gone. Like it was
Oh
just
God,
gone.
yeah. Hmm.
And I know it's just from like exercising. It's just from like doing the exercise and like going that hard for that long, for an hour or whatever. And it just got rid of it. And I was just like, oh my God, like, thank God for this thing happening here, because otherwise I'd just kind of be going insane. And so I was just grateful for it again or whatever. But it helped me for anxiety. And like that, it was something that I didn't really think that it was going to help me for, I
Oh
guess.
God, yeah. Like
So it's like,
I pay every month for a gym membership that's super close that I don't use nearly as much as I should, but every time that I do go, like even when I'm like, I just don't want to do anything, but again, just the thing is like, I just want to go for a walk, but it's so cold or it's so windy or so weather out that I'm just like, no, I don't want to do anything ever again. But when I do just go over there and seriously, like the laziest ellipticaling or treadmilling or whatever, and was just like, I don't even feel like doing any real exercise today. So I was like, I'll do some elliptical for a half hour. And and like lazily, mostly just like whatever the music. If the music makes me feel good, then I'll do it at that speed. But mostly just like do. Let's think of a story or something else in our head. And then even that, like, I'm only gonna do 2 machines. I'm too lazy today. Then it's like, well, if I did 2, I'll do at least 4. And it's like, that's still twice as much as I thought I was going to do. But it is just that where it's like, but halfway through each of the things where it's like, I could do way more of this. Like now I just want to hang out here for, another 2 hours because I feel so like everything again feels possible. Everything feels easy. None of the stresses of the day, because most of the stresses of the day are just ambiguous pressure. Like again, especially in your case, it is like you are physically surrounded by walls of snow. There's, you know that if I jumped outside and had to run, I can't. Like I can't. So that just you're mentally your walls are closing in because physically the world is closing in. And again, just doing one of those things where it is just like you just threw some people around. You just did a thing that a year ago you wouldn't think I'm going to be throwing people around, but the fact it's just like I just did a bunch of stuff, and your brain is literally just sheds away those innocuous made up things that are just like. Again, like, what am I going to do today? Like, what's the point? I'm just surrounded by snow anyway. Like, oh, it's just going to storm out. Or, oh, the power's probably going to go out. Oh, I'm not going to get approvals at my job today. So why even have the energy to, oh, I have too many things to do, so I don't want to do anything. Or I only have one thing to do, so I might as well give myself 6 things to do. And it's all just a cloud of stuff. And it is literally not until you shake yourself up. And I cannot remember this guy's name to save my life, but he was like friends with the people who used to live here, and then I think he moved away as well. But one day he was just kind of started like bouncing or whatever, like jumping jacks without the arm thing, and just like, what are you doing? He's like, oh yeah, he's like just getting the lymph system going. He's like, that's how you clean out your lymph nodes, your lymph system or whatever. Is like you basically just have to shake it up, like do some exercise. And because I'm just standing here for an hour or whatever, like whatever we were doing, and I just kind of feel blah right now, so I'm just gonna kind of rev myself up. But also it cleans out your system by just getting stuff flowing. And it's like, well, that makes complete sense. That is how your body works. It pumps when you do things. That's why your heart pumps harder when you're doing some kind of exercise. And that physical thing is a reminder for your brain to be like, oh, no, we flushed out a bunch of stuff. Like, okay, I guess it was the stuff I was worried about but knew somewhere that I didn't need to, or even just that, like, should I be planning? How do I orchestrate to someday be in a place where I can throw a child? Like, no, don't worry about that. Don't think about that. That's a lot of extra weight.
It will come to you.
Yeah, a lot of things just happen. But again, just that, a lot of things you don't have to worry about. And like even that, like I'm trying to like make sure that I do yoga first thing in the morning instead of getting to work. Like I got a lot of work to do. Yesterday I didn't get a bunch of approvals or I got a bunch of notes. I got to go deal with those things. And whenever I just get up and just do that, by the end of that day, I don't want to do anything else ever again. I don't want to stream. I don't want to draw. I just feel like, now there's 70 things on top of me, right? And it's like, nope, it's the exact same amount of stuff. It's the exact same thing you do every day, except you didn't shake your system out before you started. So you're just taking whatever you had yesterday and you're just compounding it. And the simple fact, again, just going to therapy and especially group therapy was the best thing because it was just like, all right, you're all nervous about things. You all don't know what to do with yourself, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah. Well, if you ever feel that way, like just take a walk around your house. Like, yeah, I usually end up going for a walk, but all the other people being like, oh, I don't know about that. Like, oh, I get it. Like, I hate to use you guys as my fodder or whatever that is. Like, my guinea pig, my Jurassic Park stepping on your backs to make my dinosaurs. But, yeah, this makes it like, this is why I'm still exponentially more happy and able to talk to you guys, whereas you guys can't talk to me. And it's like, you are 18-year-old me. I've been working on this for so long, and I do like to go for walks already. And it's like, you guys are going to have a much harder time at this than I am, because I already like to go for a walk. All I'm realizing now is that it's like, oh, when you do that, that actually works. that's not just you walking away from problems or whatever it is. That's, you know, it can be perceived as. It is like, no, you got to exercise slightly and clear your head. The end. And for some people, it is like, no, I'm not going to walk around my house or walk back and forth across my room or do a handful of jumping jacks or a push-up. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, okay, then you're probably going to be cranky tomorrow. The end. Like, no offense. Like, and it is, like, you don't have to be an exercise. I'm not an exercise nut, but I know that a simple, like, I've got a chin-up bar in my closet, and it is just like, oh, I do 4 of those, and it's like, oh, yeah, everything is a little bit easier. Like, because, again, just that thing, I just got everything pumping, and it pushed out some of the poop. And half the time, it literally is just like, oh, I gotta go poop. And it physically pushes out the poop, and there's less pressure here and less pressure there. And I've been going on about this part for way too long until we got to the toilet. Ripley, are you there? All right, you ready to end this, sweet angel? Awesome. Anyway, like I said, nosuchthingsgrownups.com. My name is Curtis.
And I'm Tara.
And this has been Podcast. I don't have my cheat sheet. I don't know what the credits is.
Oh, no.
Is it 3? Yes.
Yeah.
Now the piano's playing. It says that
beautiful.
The show is over. Go to the website and spend your money. Spend it so right on the things that we make. We make them tight.
Oh, I got a thing that we're alive.
You got a thing that I'm alive.
That we're live.
We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. And the last unicorn is like, I'm not the last unicorn. There's like 40 of them over in that beach water there. By the way, they can walk out. And then they do. This movie is crazy, but it's a favorite of you. Oh, yeah. And
beautiful.